gaming, even though that's what it's called. It's focused on gaming, but I'm talking about live streaming. I've titled this "The Twitch Isn't Just for Gaming Anymore." Who here has heard of Twitch? Who here has used Twitch? Usually, like used as in watched a Twitch channel or streamed or whatever. Okay, yeah. When you think about Twitch, what's the first thing that generally comes to your mind? Gaming. John watches too much. They're getting rid of that actually. They just updated their terms of service. You can't do that stuff anymore. That's a topic for a different day. Oh goodness. There it is. I've written this down as like a definition of what Twitch is. Twitch is a platform that offers live broadcasts of many different kinds with access to instant feedback from viewers. And that last part is my favorite thing about it. I've been so frustrated on YouTube because I can hardly get any comments or no comments, and that's the part I want. I want to talk with people and I want to build an actual community. And I get that, and I mostly don't. Where on Twitch, I had comments second stream, which is awesome, and I really love that. I love talking with people, and I've been a gamer for as long as I can remember. I was born with a Sega Genesis controller in my hand. And so that instant feedback and getting people to talk to me was my favorite part of it. Getting to spread my ideals on gaming, which is interesting for depending on the topic. I'm getting off. I'm getting off topic. And when I offered this, I literally offered to do this 2 days ago, and so I had no notes prepared. I had nothing. I was like, I'll just fly off the handle. It'll be fine. I just talk, and that's what I'm doing now. Great. But I decided to write notes, and I listened to a lot of podcasts, a lot of Twitch streamers, and I listened to their YouTube videos on how to get started on Twitch. And I heard one of them make this comparison, and I really, really loved it, and I wanted to share it. He said, YouTube is like watching a movie at home. Buying the DVD, putting it in, you watch the movie. You get the experience. You may comment on a blog or something about it later. Twitch is more like going to the theater with the director and the lead actor, where you get to interact with those people as it's happening. And I really, like I said, I love that interaction. It has been mostly used for gaming. It's known for gaming, but it's been branching off for a long time now. It's so many other things now. I'm getting into that. Yeah, I don't know why I wrote that down. So like I said, Twitch is a platform for many of the things other than gaming now. You can see streams just about anything. There are people that draw, there are people that paint, sculpt, any of the arts. If it's an art, it's on Twitch. You can see people do it live. It's really fun. People make and wear cosplays, and we'll do cosplay stuff there. And people write music, they play music. There's a whole bunch of that. There's so many people doing music on Twitch, and it's really cool. It's really interesting. 8-Bit Drummer is one of the guys I watch. Most of the I'm talking too fast for myself. One of the things I really like about him is he'll take an entire soundtrack from a video game and he'll play it start to finish. One stream, an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long it is, he'll play the whole thing. And it's awesome. I love video game music to begin with, so that's jam. It's about reviewing, which is kind of what I do. I'm doing it or not. I'm more of like a traditional streamer, and then I do a 10-minute review of whatever I did at the end, which I really like. But I mean, they do reviews of all sorts of things. Tech, Carissa reviews it all could be an amazing Twitch stream. I'm just saying. I would love that. You should. Podcasting, which is what I tend to move the podcast I just started on YouTube. I plan on moving it to Twitch. They started doing this thing they call premieres. That's it, going to the theater and being with the director, where you can premiere a video, like a YouTube video. You put it on Twitch, you upload it, you get all the things ready for it, and then it goes live whenever you want it to, and you can be in the chat with the people watching your video. And it's really, it sounds really interesting. I'm curious to see how it goes, because I plan on starting to do that with the podcast. I'm going to make the podcast, put all the pieces together, put it up, and talk with people, because my podcast that I've been doing is about conventions and the community, which is what I've titled it, the community podcast. So I love community. And one of the funniest things, I wanted to mention this too, one of the Twitch streamers I listened to that talked about how to get started, he's like, my favorite thing to do on Twitch is to go on Twitter. And I just troll Twitter and retweet and tweet things, and I talk with people that way. That's what he does on Twitch. He streams Twitter. He has thousands of people watching him just on Twitter. That's crazy to me. How I love that light.
So people log on to watch him.
Yeah.
Watch Twitter.
Yeah. He just reads Twitter and he talks about the things with his chat. Wow. It's all about communication. Which we'll get into here in a second. So what do you need to get started on Twitch? The first and probably the most important thing is a good internet. A good internet. Every Twitch streamer I listened to that was like, hey, you need an internet, you need at least a 10 megabit upload. That's not cheap. But yeah, if you have you have to think of it as I'm uploading a YouTube video as it's going live. Like it's every second is the second of that YouTube video, and I'm uploading it to the channel to the site live every second. I said that. I said that. I said I wrote all of this today, so it's not. It's really important to have like that 10 megabit minimum, because if the stream dies, people go, your bit rate is what's super important. Bit rate is let's say your upload speed. If you want to know more about bit rate, we'll talk about that later. I've got a lot to do. It's kind of, I don't want to say confusing, but it's a lot to talk about. Number 2, personality. It's really, really good to be an extrovert on Twitch. It's really good. There's a lot of interaction. You can't just sit and do your show and then leave and expect to have much of an audience. It's something you'll hear a lot on the gaming side of things. You can't just sit down and play video games. You have to talk about the video game. You have to talk in the chat. You have to talk. And when nobody's watching, you have to sound crazy, which is what I'm bad at. I'm getting better at it though. And speaking of audience, I wanted to break that down in this section. There are 2 types of main audience on Twitch. There are what I like to call the chatterbugs. That broke where I didn't want it to. Chatterbugs are those who watch your stream and they want to interact with you. These people love to be noticed. They love getting noticed by senpai. I say that out there because I knew somebody would smile. I wrote it this way. I was like, so these people want to be noticed, so notice them. They add to your content. My streams are much better when I have chatterbugs. I have people talking, I can answer questions. I always have a ask me anything in my title somewhere so people know it's fine. Ask me things, ask me off-topic things. I don't care, let's talk about something. Let me play Half-Life and get mad because I've never played mouse and keyboard before. And I'm getting off-topic. That continues Tuesday, just for the record. Chatterbugs can kind of be a double-edged sword though. There are some that are great, and they add to your content, and they want to be a part, and they want to help build the community. And there are those that they either come in because they want to try to like vampire away your viewers. Like, hey man, I played this game too. Go check out my stream. Throw the band hammer. Throw the band hammer fast. And so those people, there are people like that. There are people that just want to troll you. They just want to make you mad. They want to make your chat mad. The band hammer. And another analogy that I heard time and time again listening to all the people that I listen to, Twitch is like building a garden. It takes time to grow, and you have to tend to the crops you have, your talents in other words. Like if you're bad at gaming, find horrible games. I'm not joking. Find the worst. Find Sonic 06, find the worst games you can possibly find. Play those games and rage, because if that's you, then that's you. And people will view you for that. Tend to the crops you have. And also you have to pull the weeds out as fast as you see them. Throw the band hammer. The other type of viewers are lurkers, and those are the people that watch but don't interact, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine to have those people. The thing that, like, whenever you're on Twitch, you can click to see the viewer list of people who are watching by name, and I heard some people say, some people were talking about how people will have that viewer list up. If they see somebody new, they'll say, hey man, what's up? How are you doing? They'll try to interact with it. Don't do that. They're lurking for a reason. They don't want to talk to you. They just want to watch something. That'll get them to go away faster than anything. I promise. I've done it. It's not good. Yeah, it's not good. It's a no bueno, let me tell you. I'm going through this faster than I thought I would. That's fine. Number 3 is a decent computer. This laptop is bare bones minimum. Bare bones. I bought it for $400 at Walmart. have a better computer. You want to stream in HD, no matter what you're doing, stream in HD, 720p at the lowest. I learned this the hard way. My first 3 months on Twitch, I streamed in 480 because I was like, my computer can't handle HD. It's too old, or it's not too old, it's just, it's not good enough to stream in HD. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna stream in 480. I had maybe 1 or 2 people. I had one person stay over that course of time. He's like my favorite mod now. That's another talk for another time. Chad is a fun animal. I said 1080, 720, 30 frames a second. This applies to all types of streams. If you're drawing, if you're sculpting, if you're doing cosplay, if you're just going to talk in front of a mic and vlog, people do that too. If you're gaming, especially if you're gaming, try to hit 60 frames a second there. The better your stream looks, the more people will peek in to see. You talk about thumbnails on YouTube being very important. Well, the first frame of your stream, whenever they load the page of streams, that's your thumbnail. So yeah, whenever they're looking at it, that's the first thing they'll see. So the better it looks, the more likely they are to look at it.
You're so sorry. It's the very first thing when you turn your camera on, or just at the moment?
No. Like what I'm streaming at the moment, when they load, like for instance, I'm playing Half-Life currently. Yeah. When they click on who's playing Half-Life, that frame that loads that page, that's what it shows.
So if you're yawning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's pretty funny sometimes. Number 4 is software and equipment, and I'm not going to talk too much about it because literally, if you go find any tutorial on Twitch, they can show you the kind of software you want. The main things is what I am going to talk about. Download OBS. It's free. I use a different version called Streamlabs OBS or Slobs. I don't like to call it that because that sounds like I'm a slob. Anyway, bad joke, don't laugh at that. But Streamlabs is a service that helps Twitch that I use for my alerts and stuff. And again, that's a topic for another day. We're talking about getting started, not polishing everything. We'll talk about that. Streamlabs. This is another free service. It connects to your Twitch just like when you log into something on Facebook. It's the same thing. You're just logging in on Twitch. And they help with your alerts, they help with a whole bunch of stuff. Again, topic for a different day. Overlays will be fun the next time I get up to talk about Twitch. It's free, it's really easy to use. Even if you're not going to get on Twitch and you need something to record like your desktop or your face through a webcam, OBS is perfect for that. And it's free. Getting decent enough with OBS, and there are thousands of tutorials, it's really simple. And it's called OBS Studio now, if you go look for it. Yeah, and the other most important thing is a camera. Preferably a webcam if you're doing just about anything. If you have a way to get a camera like that into your computer, that works better because those cameras are amazing. But webcams. Let's say if you're drawing, this is for pointing. You need something to point at the thing you're drawing. And another thing I learned over time, the first stream I did, I didn't have a webcam on because I was worried that all the things were going to bog down the computer. So I didn't do that, and I didn't have a lot of people talking. And I talked with, we have a big community in Oklahoma and in Tulsa. We have 2 different Facebook groups. And I was talking with them, and I was like, man, nobody got on my stream. I don't know what's going on. Can somebody look at this and tell me things that I've done wrong? Because I'm sure there's more than one. And I got it 5 comments straight. It was like, you need a camera. You need your face on the stream. People need to see you. Because they want to match a face to a name. They want to know who you are. That's a lot of transparency, I could say. Or the character you want to present if your name is Dr. Disrespect, if anybody watches him. He's one of the big streamers right now. What do I have here? Some streamers can get away without one. Anybody from Vinesauce, they're really funny if you like gaming videos. Everybody from Vinesauce that I know doesn't use a face cam, and they get away with it. They're pretty funny. But most people do. 99% of people do. And it doesn't have to be green screen or blue screen. I do that. A lot of Twitch streamers don't. I know a lot that don't. Caleb Park streams at his living room. He streams Mega Man X. He streams his living room. You see his couch. You see his cat sometimes. It's just his living room. It's decently well lit. And he's just sitting on a computer. like no blue screen, no nothing. It doesn't even, it's clean. That's about the only thing you have to worry about. Clean your room, right? So that's it. It's not important if you have all the fancy stuff. Just have your face somewhere. And I got really paranoid about that. So I had an art wall at first, and I took it down. And it was just my blank white. And I went and jerry-rigged myself a blue screen, and if you go look at my home, it's hilarious to look at versus the quality it looks like on my stream. It's funny. We'll get into that. Other programs, equipment are necessary depending on what you want to do, how fancy you want to be with your overlays, how your stream looks. In other words, just the more stuff you want to do, the more equipment programs it will take. It doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't. OBS, a webcam, good internet, good computer. That's about it. Number 5, I just said, that's all you need. There's one more thing. Time and patience. Just like YouTube. It takes time to build. Learning how to get overlays. What I mean by overlays, for those who don't know, it's like where you have your game. Anybody watch the game drums? No? Okay, well, that's the game drums. I use them as an example all the time because this is how I learned about overlays. Is the way they do things is they have the gameplay, and then they have like this orange bubble background that you hardly see, but it's like a window frame, and that's like their thing. You know it's them because of the orange bubble background. And Dan and Aaron, but I won't get into them. And I was like, well, I really liked that. It kind of like that's game drums, and I could not hear anything. I could just see gameplay and that orange background. I know it's game drums, even if I didn't click on it. It's kind of like that, and it's like having like a border around your face cam or like your alerts or whatever you want to do with it. That's it. It's very customizable. No streamers are exactly the same, and it should be that way. At least none that I've seen. I've never seen two that are just carbon copies of each other. Figuring out, and adding on to that, figuring out how you want to do your show, it takes time. And how you want your overlay, good job me, overlay to look. If you go back and look at my first stream versus my stream now, they're completely different. I've changed the background image, I've changed, like I used to have like a slideshow of cons upcoming because I was trying to merge my YouTube channel with my Twitch, kind of in that sense, and then I ditched that idea. I still talk about cons from time to time when there's one coming up, but I mean, it's not the focus anyway. And now I full screen the game, no matter what. Like I'll stretch it out if I have to, and it usually looks okay. Sly Cooper was pretty funny sometimes with this anyway. And I have my face in the corner, and I usually move it around where my alerts go when somebody follows or subscribes. I don't have subscribers yet, but when somebody follows or they'll host me or whatever, it shows me an alert, and I usually move it around depending on the game. If there's something important like right on the top middle, then I'll move it to like the side or the bottom or somewhere, wherever it's not important. And then I have chat in another space, because I like to read chat in my stream because I like to answer people, but I don't like to call them by name for some reason. And so, I answer in that way. And that way, people that will watch the YouTube version will know that whoever made that question, they'll know the name. It's just like a giving credit kind of thing. Okay. Did I add this part just now? I think so. This is the last part I added. All right. We're getting through this pretty fast. The last thing I really wanted to talk about was monetization because the money. Yeah, on YouTube you have to. I mean, I forgot what they changed it to now. It's like 10,000 or something like views in a year to even get ads to begin with. With Twitch, it's a little easier, but it's still pretty difficult. The minimum I think is a lot lower. I'm almost at that. They call it affiliate status. So you have just Twitch streamer, affiliate status, and then partner. And I'm almost at that affiliate status. To get that, you have to reach 50 follows, which I have like 110 now. You have to stream a total of 8 hours in the last 30 days, which isn't hard. I stream 6 hours a week, so at least most time it's 6 or 9, depending. I do 2 or 3 3-hour streams. You have to stream on 7 different days in the last 30 days, and the hard part is having an average view count of 3. Having 3 people watching you, averagely over 30 days. It's not as easy as it sounds. So I was like, oh, that's easy. I'll get that in a month or so. It's been 8, I'm close. I have 2 now. I just have to have good streams for like a week or so. I'm good. I think talking about partnering is kind of useless at the moment. If we're talking about getting started, partnering is the only difference between the two is you have to have 70 average viewers. Really, you have to stream more hours, you have to stream more days, but 70 viewers. constantly for 3 days. I can't wait to tackle that one. Yeah, and that is my really quick crash course on Twitch. It is Q&A time. So I will open up the question. Yes?
Because I've never heard, this is the first time I've ever heard of it.
Yep.
That's why I asked you, was it Switch or Twitch?
Twitch.
Right? Never heard of it.
Twitch.tv.
So, what is the advantage of doing Twitch versus like YouTube Live?
This is not, I don't really know. I have having problems with YouTube recently, which is why I moved to Twitch to begin with. Really?
He farted.
Oh, well, I'm sure. Anyway, I don't have a good answer for you there. I haven't tried YouTube Live. I don't know much about it. Just know that YouTube is weird to me most of the time about things. I know copyrights are it's a lot easier to, when you Twitch stream, you can play whatever you want music-wise whenever it does the video on demand, which is what they call like watching a Twitch stream after it's happened. They'll mute that part if it has a copyright on it, like automatically, which is fine. I don't care. Nobody watches the VODs anyway. If they don't watch it live, typically they're not going to watch it on Twitch. But you can easily export it to YouTube and people watch it there, and then you have to do the copyright claims. So yeah.
So your primary reason of doing Twitch is just to escape the copyright issue?
No. I don't really even play music. I mean, I get hit with copyright from like Koji Kondo, who does like the Zelda music when I do Legend of Zelda Randomizer. Every time, it's the main theme and Kakariko Village. Those songs always get hit. And it's like I just mute the song there. I don't care. I'm not talking usually. I'm so focused on getting a good time. But as I said, the difference between the two, I don't really know. I know the way it works is different. I know the chat is always on YouTube, which is weird. Some people don't like having their chat on their video. Versus Twitch. Twitch has a lot more customization, I would imagine, in that area. But I don't know.
That's part of the overlays that you were talking about.
Yeah.
You can customize your overlays.
For sure.
That's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
Yes.
How often do you take your videos from your Twitch and put them on YouTube? Like, what's the ratio you would say?
Oh, I export every video. Every stream I do, the first thing I do is export it to YouTube.
Okay.
I'm really bad about going back to YouTube and doing like the SEO and all that stuff. I'm so bad about remembering to do that. I have an artist friend who's going through my backlog and making thumbnails for all my videos. Or not all my videos, but every series. He does a different thumbnail for every game. He has one, which is really cool. For the first game I did Axiom Verge. Great game. But I said, once you get done, you just go into your past broadcast, you find the video, you click on the settings there, and one of the buttons there is export to YouTube. You enter your YouTube stuff, boom, it's there. It takes 5 minutes maybe. Yeah.
We have a son who's in college who picked up Twitch and started doing it. He's a gamer and he's created his own company. And the thing that I found interesting, and it still boggles my mind, is you will have people that will literally give you money
Yeah.
to play video games.
That's another thing. I mean, you could.
They
I put a
will
donation.
Or donate.
I put a donation box day one, and I had a friend donate once because he wanted to see the alert that I had for him. So he gave me $1 to see the alert. I think I bought Half-Life off of it.
It is the craziest concept of just literally going,
Because it's about community.
put money in my account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like giving an artist money.
Well, no, I did that playing video games, and I was like, hey, if I get the money to be able to do it, I'll do the Bean Boozle challenge. Somebody's like, you know what? Tell me where to send it, and I'll send you the thing.
Yeah.
And they did. They bought me both kits for it, and was like, do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do you have to like sign into Twitch to be able to watch people stream?
I don't think so.
No, we did. That's how we watch these people on PS4. Remember that one guy we watched forever because he was just like,
Yeah, you don't have, I don't think you have to be logged in.
So you just need the URL?
Yeah.
So you can watch it from any mobile device?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Twitch has an app too, so.
Oh, that's cool.
it's like free television.
Yeah.
You just watch people.
For sure.
Reality TV.
Oh, there was one guy who was amazing. I just could not stop watching. There was. He'd drink and he'd like hold on to the cigarette that's never been ashed and he'd just stand there like.
He wasn't doing that at all. He wasn't.
And he just starts moving and he'd stop and be like, hold on, I gotta pee. And he just turns around and I'm like, you just hear him pee and then he comes back and he's being so serious. It's not even a joke. And I was just like, why is he? and then you talk about life, and it's just like, what?
He has the energy.
Huh?
He has
Yeah,
that energy.
I think if you were sober, the energy wouldn't be there.
That's
some 10x.
I'm a DJ slash music producer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start DJing on Twitch.
Yeah.
On the platform. I have 3 webcams.
Okay.
I also run Ableton Live.
Okay.
I could actually do on-the-fly remixes,
Yep.
and I can just make my own music and
That's
do
cool.
whatever. Will I have to have 2 separate computers, because I run Pioneer, and they run something that's called like Serato or a record box? Will I have to have a separate computer to run the actual Twitch stream?
And it really depends on like your processor, how much stuff your computer can take all at once. It doesn't take a lot to get streaming, but it will take a good 20-30% depending on your processor. It takes like 40 of mine, especially when I'm playing a PC game. That's always fun. I have a friend. His name is Zach Fast. He plays a lot of PUBG. His name is OK Plays. He lives right down the street. I don't know why he doesn't come to these. I keep telling him to. Yeah, he's a DJ, and he did it for a really long time, and now he started to do DJ streams. I can get you in contact with him.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be great. I'll be starting as soon as my equipment shows up.
So does YouTube own Twitch? Or they just
No, Twitch is owned by Amazon.
Oh, got you.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Have y'all heard about Amazon? What they trying to do?
Yeah. Amazon too.
It's already
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah. So the same thing with Facebook. I don't know if you noticed, but if you need an ego boost, like put your video on Facebook. You have more views on Facebook than you will YouTube. But the reason why is they had a 3-second rule. So if they're looking at your video and they're like, nah, I don't want to watch it, even though they're scrolling up, if it's 3 seconds, counts as a view. And so Facebook is what they're doing. They're really kind of, I'm not gonna knock them because they help you make money. But they're really, but to be honest, they're really cheating, right? Because they know they're trying to compete with. So what they're doing is, if you have a bigger audience on your video, the same video on Facebook is getting more views on YouTube, where you gonna put your next video? You want to, because it's all about the ego in a sense. You're gonna want to keep coming back to them, to Facebook, because they are so good at building your ego, right? And so I hear Amazon is working on the same thing. It's probably be like 2 seconds.
Just have to look at it.
Yeah, there you go.
Although your channel, I looked it up. Never mind.
Any other questions?
I thought YouTube and Twitch, I thought maybe they were just partnering together.
No, they're on my 2 different companies.
So-
I was gonna ask.
Oh yeah, John. Sorry.
So one of the reasons you're on Twitch is because you hate editing and this is a quicker way to get
No,
content.
actually it's not. I love editing. I grew to love editing. And I was to say this before I got started, but we were talking about editing earlier. I've always told people when I do panels at cons and stuff, superior editing trumps good equipment every time. Learn to edit because it's beautiful. No, I love to edit. My editing software at the moment's being weird on me, so I've been going to Movie Maker because it's free, and I only need to edit a podcast, so it's only 2 channels anyway. It's pretty easy. Yeah, no, I love to edit. I really love gaming. I started Twitch because I wanted that voice crack. Sorry, it's in my head.
You're becoming a man.
Thank you. Thank you. I've always wanted this. It's not the beard, right? Like I said at the beginning, I really loved talking to people. I love the community around everything, and Twitch is perfect for that. So as I said, if somebody comes in and they never met me before, they say hi, we're talking. We're going to talk. I'm going to ask you a question until you answer one of them, or leave. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, the other reason I started doing Twitch is because other than Overwatch, I wasn't playing much outside of working on videos and going to work. I'd come home, take a shower, cook dinner, I'd start playing Overwatch. I was like, man, I want to play some of these. I got 100 games on my game shelf, I got 50 games in Steam. Play some of them, and so I decided just to start Twitch streaming so I could play more games.
So in a way, it's kind of helping you go through your backlog.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I recently. I don't know if you guys know about Thrill House Games over on 71st Memorial. They're really good. If you're a retro gamer at all, or even if you're not, they sell PS4 games. That's fun. But I recently sold like half my collection there because it's games I was either never gonna play or games that I already beaten. I was just trying to minimize. It's like I have these games on my shelf. My shelf's running out of space. I'm never gonna play this again. Sly Cooper. Get out of here.
So with the Twitch, it does like a screen capture or something like that, or how do you do
What
that?
do you mean?
Do you show the game that you're playing
Yeah.
as well as your face? How do you do the
If
show
I'm
both?
If I'm on PC, whenever you're on OBS, I wonder if I could actually, no, because it didn't update. Stupid thing had an update. Whenever you're on OBS, it's just a black screen at first, and you have to add what they call sources. And one of them is game capture. If you're playing on PC, that's where you go. You could also do it with window capture, but game capture specifically to catch frame rate better for games and stuff. So I do a game capture, that's what I'm doing with Half-Life. I have a little capture card that I've had for 10 plus years now. It's called a Dazzle. I don't suggest anybody buy it, it's crap. God, the amount of time I have fought trying to make sure, that's not,
It's okay, we know
yeah, the amount of time I've fought with my Dazzle to make sure that it'll play the sound on my old school games is ridiculous. That'll be gone as soon as I get my new computer when my taxes come in. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be great. One of the 3 screen setup. Anyway. I just got my taxes done today, so I'm like, all right, 3 weeks. All the HD games. Finally stream my PS4. I could finally, yes.
So when you finally get your subscribe button and people subscribe to you, it's like $5.
It's $5 a
and you
month.
get half.
Yes, you get half of that.
So if
Split.
you have 100 subscribers,
I meant to, and that
every
was in my
month,
notes. I forgot to say that. If you have 100 subscribers a month, it's $50. And the incentive for that is the more follows you have, the more they're called emotes. You get specific emotes as soon as you get a subscribe button. You start with 2, and I think every follower goal you hit, according to Twitch, you get another one. Like one of my favorite streamers, Maximilian, has like 35 emotes.
What are those?
Emote, like smiley faces emotes.
Oh, okay.
You make your own, like specific to your channel.
Is it like a cryptocurrency or something?
Well, no, not really. They subscribe to you and they get to use those emotes everywhere on Twitch.
yeah, they're like smiley faces, different types of smiley faces, whatever you want to put it.
Like emojis.
Yeah, they're a lot like
But you
emojis.
can
So they're customized?
Yeah, totally. My artist that's doing my thumbnails has already done my 2 emotes because I thought I would have it by now. And one of the joke I make all the time is I drink a lot of water on Twitch, so every time I take a sip, I'll look at the camera and go, "Stay hydrated, guys." And so it's going to say "Stay hydrated" with a bottle of water behind it, and that's one of my emotes. The other one is just my face, and it says "Dude." So like this, the right way. Dude. Thank you, Frankie.
Alright,
Anybody else?
no more questions?
So there's a lot that I hadn't covered, but it's a lot that it's stuff to come later. So emotes, subscribers, the monetization stuff, all that.
OBS, you were talking about overlays.
And I said definitely talk about OBS a lot more. We'll hook it up to this guy next time, I think. I'll make sure my OBS is updated so I can actually get on it.
Okay.
What's the OBS stand for?
Open Broadcasting Software. And Slobs is just Streamlabs Open Broadcasting Software.
Well, Philip, thank you so much for sharing and thank you for your time.
I'm sure I went 1,000 miles an hour.